Happy Saturday, Vapers. I'm Juicy Jones. This is Vaping Dawn to Dusk at Orbital Vaping headquarters. I'm a little disheveled because I'm running behind as always. But I hope you're having a great morning. And here's my tea and my vape. Oh, look at that. Is that an SMY? Wait, that's my old school SMY 60 TC Mini. That's not what we're looking at today. Temperature control a year ago. This is the new one. It's a DNA75. Look at that. Is it even focusing? Anyway, I'm going to look at this because my friend Tony lent me this. Good morning, Tony. And I'm going to hang out with you. So let's look at the thing. And then I will get started. Boom. Vaping dawn to dusk and we're watching the YouTubes. We're gonna watch the SDNA75. That was lackadaisical. It was bad. It was a bad intro. Anyway, I'm excited. I hope you guys are having a great morning. We're just relaxing here in orbit, high in orbit over Seattle. Let me check out and see what's going on in chat. I had that up a second ago. There you are. Look, it's Chrissy. Good morning. I was talking with Timothy first when I came on. I was just making some tea and stuff. And Joe, and James, and Mike, everyone, good morning. Good morning, everybody. This tea is killer. I'm just drinking Irish breakfast. I didn't have time to make coffee. I got a little bit of a day job helping a friend down in West Seattle during the week, and so it's only part-time, but it's 5 days a week. And anyway, it screws up my schedule because it's nighttime stuff. So forgive me for having trouble making my own schedule in the mornings for my vape shows. And there's my buddy Martin Futrell. Good morning, buddy. Yeah, so I'm just kind of giggling around, laughing at how I've got my old SMY 60 TC Mini, which has this, I love this thing. It's got the grooviest graphics, and it's got a clock on it, which is killer. It's not really 959. I don't know why it says that. That's a weird, oh, it's because there's been no battery in it forever. I just put a battery in this morning. And this thing is great. But my new friend Tony from West Seattle is lending me his SMY SDNA. And SMY has got a reputation for kind of screwing everything up, to be honest. But they've done a couple of things really right. And this thing, they really did right. And this thing, they really did right as well. I think it's great. In fact, I'm not sure. This thing may be, its normal price is about $78 or so, but it's on sale for about $45 right now, and that's kind of a snap it up price. It's a single battery, 18650 DNA75, powered by an Evolve DNA board, the actual DNA75, so it's really cool. It's got all the profiles that you think you need in there. That you can configure the way you want, you know, whatever. So that's cool. I'm not going to really go into the DNA 200 or DNA chip too much here because it's just a huge bag of ants to open up. But I am going to just talk about how much I love this thing and the feeling, like just how great it works. Of course, it does everything a DNA does. And it's got kind of a flaw. I'm not really officially reviewing this because my friend just lent me this. But I love it. And he actually also lent me this kick-ass Vector top airflow RDA that is in gold anodized, which is sick. That I'm going to compare to the I'm going to compare it to that awesome Cheetah that I got from OBS. I don't know if you guys remember that I got a Cheetah from OBS, and I did that on Vape AM Thursday, and I just opened the box, and I've been vaping it for a couple of days, and I kind of love that little thing. So let me pay attention to some of you in chat. Good morning. I just want to say hi. Hey, there's Mike Nagy. It's great to see you. And Nicholas, Ben. Oh, there's Owen. Awesome to see you. Dita. Awesome. Ooh, we got DIY cereal juice. That's killer. Oh, and by the way, I want to tell y'all that we are going to double down on some DIY stuff here pretty soon. So I had kind of forgotten. You know, I'm just busy. So anyway, I realized that I need to focus on this. So I really want to re-up all my supplies and get back into it and do a bunch of shows about it. Because not only do I want to make my some for myself. I want to show you guys some stuff. And I want to get input and stuff from you. And I've gotten some recipes from y'all. I'm going to start making some of those on the show for you. Martin says, "Oh, and you bearded bastard." Hell yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, I've got something scratching me. It's itching me in the back. It's driving me crazy. Stop it. So, yeah. Right now, let me just give you a close-up of this, too, because my friend Tony also... Oopsie, wrong one. My friend Tony also lent me... it was just on here. His El Cabron that's got some stainless steel Claptons on it. And I just re-wicked them here this morning and put some Mad Batter on them from, you guys know, Swag Sauce, Mad Batter. Oh, yeah. And don't forget to use your Juicy Jones HQ code there. And these are stainless steel, and they come in about 0.27, so they work absolutely fantastic. Another reason I was inspired to do a lot more DIY videos, because we haven't done one in a few months, is that I got I get views on my kind of infamous DIY video all the time, and I got another comment on there, a really nice comment from a viewer who was like, "Man, this 115 or 20-minute video is like 10 other videos rolled into one." It's like he really complimented how concise and well I organized it. So anyway, I was just so flattered that I'm going to do more of those. And besides, I just need to do more DIY. Indeed, it mentions Bull City Vapor. That's my favorite place to get stuff. I love Bull City. Hey, Amir. Great to see you. Amir? Frederick Touré. Great to see you. Cool name. Carlos. Good morning, Carlos. Yeah, so SMY has got such a reputation for making crazy stuff. You know, they made clones, and then they made mods. They did that triple series box. It was completely unsafe and crazy. They've made so many boxes that are just falling apart. And this one is a little bit different. I can't speak to, I don't know, like there's a thing about the button in this mod, and I'm not sure how it's supposed to behave since this is a borrowed mod, but the button lights up halfway here, and I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a battery meter. I think they think that this is a battery meter, and that when your battery is basically full, the lights up basically half the button. But that doesn't work. It looks just janky and dirty, and like the button's broken. They should have just made it a glowy button, in my opinion, and changed the color or something. But I sort of like that they tried to make it glowy, but it really doesn't come across. It doesn't really come across on the camera either as how kind of ghetto it looks in person. It looks kind of interesting, but broken. It doesn't look on purpose. It looks like it's been faded away and there was a light there before. So they could just change this button slightly, to me, in my opinion. But they've got this cool rubberized texture that everybody loves. Everybody loves this rubberized texture. And the battery door fits on like so tight and so well. And it has a texture on it. Like they really thought of everything. And my friend has been carrying this around for months, and it's only got a few dings. It's got a little ding there. It's got like lots of pocket scratches just on it and on the screen a little bit. Nothing even remotely that affects the visibility or anything. You can only tell the scratches on the screen from looking at it at an angle. In fact, I'll try to find you a light angle. Like you see the scratches, those are just normal pocket scratches for a device, and you're thinking that's not a big deal at all. So this thing's wearing freaking pretty good. Oh, I just almost spilled my tea all over my table. Yeah, that's how we rock. You guys would have loved it if I'd spilled this hot tea all over my crotch. That would have been freaking sick on camera. I would love that. Oh, that would crack me up. Okay, because I've got a good sense of humor. Let's take out this El Cabron for a second and check out the 510. This 510 looks good too. Oh, I failed to bring any Q-tips to the table before the show. I keep a cup up here. full of them, and I emptied out yesterday. Looks like I might have one remaining over here on the side. Yeah, so the 510 looks pretty good. I'm just giving it a little bit of a roar. Yeah, always clean your 510s. Mine get filthy. It's just the nature of the beast. Let's see if that's springy. I'm sure it is. Yeah, totally. Totally got a spring in it. Of course, the El Cabron is great. Looks like the slick. Gosh, this is a cool atomizer. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna put some more Mad Batter on it. Am I? Yeah, why not? I love Mad Batter. This stuff. Somebody in chat asked Owen if he likes Mad Batter. Owen Ginta. He knows this stuff. But I don't want to steal any thunder from James at Liquid Sky, because if I had any smacks, in fact, because last week was my birthday, James gave me a birth certificate. Not a birth certificate, he gave me a birthday gift certificate for some Liquid Sky, which I appreciate so much, and I haven't redeemed it yet, but I'm going to, because he's the greatest. In fact, I guess I'll do it after the show. I realize that I have time right now for the first time since my birthday. There it was. Yeah. And for those of you who didn't know, my birthday was last week. It was pretty cool. We had a nice time. Didn't do anything. Hi, Angelica, pronounced Angelica. Great to see you. Let's see if she got here. And then Carlos asked the great question, if you could turn this button feature off with the software. And Joe says, yes, thank you, Joe, because I was actually about to look that up, and you saved me some Google time. That's cool. Yeah, interestingly enough, sorry for that. This is, I'm sorry, there's some pizza dough on here. So you can see that I bought one of these eLeaf 80-watt temperature control devices recently to try it out. Because, they come in a variety of finishes. It's just like plastic, metal, and plastic. And this, a lot of people talk about the durability and stuff. If you want something that's more durable, this freaking SDNA is absolutely, definitely the ticket. And in fact, let me do a slightly different comparison for you guys. Let me show you a few more altogether. And here is a Cuboid Mini and an eLeaf and the SDNA. And oh man, this is a tough one. I'm sorry. And also, let me show you the Ember. So these are all my mini mods that I carry in my pocket for this day. Oh, that's not true. What am I saying? We forgot one. I just don't use this one that much anymore. And that is this guy. So I don't have like an actual ranking for these yet, because I have only been playing with this one, the SDNA, for a day or two. Although it's obvious where it sits, I know exactly where it is. Actually, I'm not really telling the truth. I know exactly what I think about these. My favorite one still has to be the Cuboid Mini, because it has a 2500 mAh battery that's barely sufficient, but its size is undeniably amazing, and so I bring it and I charge it. Probably second is the SDNA, or maybe the Joytech. The thing is, the Joytech feels large and heavy by the standards of this thing, and they work identically. So, I'm not such a big proponent of all the DNA features and bells and whistles, although I use them all the time. Or I understand them. I've set mine up. The best thing to do is just download settings or buy one from a company that sets them up for you. But the thing is, you can't deny that the eLeaf is only $25 or $26 or $30. It's so cheap. And I absolutely love the Ember, which I'm going to do a separate review on. I love this little guy. Oops, I need to... Can you see me? I'm tiny. I'm a tiny little thing. I absolutely love the Ember. But the only one of these that you can take out on its own, and actually they're usable, are these. Like to charge and vape or to change the batteries out, and that's important. But this one gets killer battery life because it has a 5,000 mAh battery, and it's conceivable to get a day's vaping out of this thing if you don't vape at 80 watts the whole day. So, you know, I obviously own a lot of these things, and they're okay. This isn't premium. This definitely feels premium. The Joytech feels premium. The Joytech costs more, but it has fantastic electronics. You guys know I love all the Joytech stuff. And the LiPo battery, and the fact that it's larger is great. This thing is one of the greatest little pocket guys ever. Oh, sorry, I just completely hosed the camera. I can't believe I did that. Don't get sick. But this right here is one of the best pocket work setups ever. This is a 0.6 Clapton in here that you can barely see. And 50 watts. It's absolutely killer. It works great on temperature control too with the El Cabron on stainless steel, for example. Let's go back up and vape on the SDNA. So you see, I love single battery mods, or I love small mods. So, Carlos gave his girlfriend the 75 kit in pink. That's awesome. That's cool. That's so cool. Oh, Carlos asked how old I was. Guess how old I am. You can guess. You guys can all have a Facebook pool guess or something. See if it works. Yeah, definitely my favorites. I mean, it's hard to know what to. If you come into this market, you have a lot of competition because the Joytech VTC Mini is just an amazing mod, but the SDNA 75 feels better, but it's twice the money. I mean, you can get one of these things real cheap, like $40, and this one will be $80. Now, these are on sale right now. Like I said, I think it's at esig.com. They have these on sale for like $45, and I'm tempted to buy one just this weekend because this is too useful. But let me tell you about the drawbacks to this thing, and one is that the battery life is horrifying. It's worse than any of these other mods, all combined. And the reason why this is okay is that you can take batteries with you. So you've been doing this for years anyway. With this one, get ready to take the batteries with you. That's simple. 2, drawback, DNA chip. DNA chip was fun when it came out, but frankly, I think it's too configure-y. It takes too much trouble to configure. But you can just download settings off Facebook groups and install them, and you're fine. You know, it'll understand 18650 batteries. Make sure you have decent 18650 batteries, but you're going to get absolutely terrible battery life with this. Absolutely terrible. Someone asked what my battery of choice is for these things. That's a real good question. I think my battery of choice for the single 18650s is, I want to say VTC4 is my favorite on mine that I've got for this, or my Poopers, my 25 amp max HG2s. They work great. They work just fine. I have higher amperage limit batteries. Like right now, I have my HB2s in, or HB6s. What are these things called? I get them mixed up. The HB6s, the high drain mech batteries, and it just as an experiment to see how it performs. And you know, it gets really bad battery life, and there's no point in using this in this thing. Third drawback to this thing is it gets hot as hell. I don't know what's going on, SMY, but this thing gets so amazingly, fantastically hot. It's unbelievable. And I think the reason might have something to do with the 510 connector being flush and not having any kind of like buffer or anything on top or heat sink. This is an El Cabron, which has its own heat sink, so this doesn't get particularly hot, and that's cool, but pun intended. But put the Moonshot on here, and the Moonshot's already hot. It transfers a ton of heat to this, and it gets so hot in your pocket you can just feel it. So at first I thought maybe it was the builds, and I swapped it out a couple of times last night, and I realized that no, the thing just, if any atomizer touches the top, it transfers a lot of heat. So just keep that in mind. It hasn't felt unsafe. My batteries themselves haven't gotten so hot that anything bad has happened yet. I don't love running stuff hot. So it's a thing. I think it runs hot. But I'm sold on this. Love the form factor. Love the rubberized grip. Love the fakey grip that's in it. I love the clicky button. I love the fact that it has a DNA, meaning that I can always go back and modify the settings if I want to. Shit battery life. Great pocket mod. Like, great in your pocket. Really. Doesn't need a protector. If you drop it, the battery door is going to come off. But this thing is good. The screen is slightly crooked, but fuck, what is up with these people? Like, all of these things have problems like this. Well, that reminds me, doesn't it? I need to do the RX 200S. Very important. Hi Shane, thanks for mentioning Mooch. Yeah, we know Mooch well. He's great. I go by everything he says. He's my testing guy. Totally. Yeah. The most important thing is to match your batteries to the usage. It isn't most important to have, you know, some specific spec. It's important to have a spec for a battery that matches what you vape. That's very important. Very important. So Martin's saying he's taking his RX, his lava box, because he needs long battery life. Yeah. I mean, if you need long battery life, that's killer. That, you know, with something like this, you would have to be changing batteries a few times a day. It's just how it is with these. And I definitely stick, you know, the funny thing is that I like single battery mods, I like double battery mods, I like high power mods, whatever. My thing is that I'm always matching it to the usage. So lately I've been having to travel a lot. So lately I've been getting back into my little pocket mods. And it's just been interesting. You know, we have so many great choices right now, especially between the Joytech and this thing is great. It's good for you, SMY, for making something great for scoring this time instead of embarrassing yourselves. So it's really good. But there's a lot of choices for pocket mods that are small. And little mods are getting more powerful too, and that's what I'm interested in, really. Lol. Yeah. Mike Nagy points out that if you don't know who Mooch is, you're living under a rock. That's true for vaping, absolutely. I certainly... One of the reasons why I've got... Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you guys too. I'm so excited. I hit 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yay! So thanks to you guys. I love all you guys. I can't believe that we've been doing this almost a year and we've got 2,000 subscribers. So I think that's so fantastic and you guys are so great. I just am so humbled. I'm so grateful for all the support from all y'all. I have to sneeze. Now I feel that's impending here. Hold on. I'm so sorry, excuse me. That's so weird. Let's see. Looks like Travis picked up a TFE8 and his coils taste bad. Huh, that's weird. Mine didn't taste bad. And I remember the Crown coils always did for the first tank and a half. That might be the case with these too. They probably vary per package, so I can see that's probably possible. I'm bumming for you. I hope they're good now though. It says takes forever, but they're okay now. Oh, I have a 6 coil that I need to put on my TFE8. I dropped my TFE and I broke the glass. So awesome. You guys want to see that? Smash. It's not focusing. Smash. Same sound effect. It's cool. This thing's so burly. God, the TFE8 is so burly. It's a good one. David Allen's asking about rewraps. The thing to do is to, if you want to rewrap your batteries, you can either just go to the vape shop and bring your batteries and pay them a few bucks and they'll do it for you, or you can buy battery wraps from, you know, a variety of places and put them on yourself. You can put them on with a hair dryer or a heat gun or a variety of things. I'm having trouble with my scarf. But you can put them on with a heat gun or a hair dryer. And it's a good idea to rewrap your batteries. Make sure the battery safety. God, I just got a hammer on this. You gotta be safe with your batteries. Also, I want to remind everybody who's just tuning in, thanks for tuning in to Vaping Dawn to Dusk. I'm Juicy Jones. This is Vaping Dawn to Dusk on Orbital Vaping headquarters. And I want to remind you to join Casaa and notblowingsmoke.org and do what they tell you to, because we're at a crucial time in vaping where they could take this away from us. The lawmakers are insane, and they've classified vaping as tobacco, and it's literally untrue, and it is not a fact, but they, for monetary reasons and for regulatory reasons or whatever reasons related to money and ignorance, they want to turn this into tobacco. So we need to save lives instead. We need to put the focus back on health. So it's up to you to find out who your representatives are in the House and Senate and in your state, and just call their offices and tell them what you think, and tell them yes to vaping stuff, thank you, and hang up the phone, and that you're a constituent, and what your zip code is in your name. That's very important. Anyway, so please do some of that stuff, and I don't mean to bore anybody, but I swear it's so important, because they are really going to try to take this away, and they're taking steps to do that as we speak, and it's begun. All right. And someone's asking where to get batteries. Yeah, IMR batteries. Illumin.com is fantastic. So Illumin.com, all the batteries from there. IMRbatteries.com, all the batteries from there too are all legitimate batteries that are what they're labeled to be. So. These temperature control Claptons are killer in this El Cabron. I'm thinking about closing down the airflow even a little more. It's down pretty low. Smiles, everyone! Smiles, everyone! That's yummy. Let me look at my broadcast. That can't be possible. Can it be possible? Yeah, we've been on maybe half an hour. Cool. Time is good, my friends. Very good. So what is up with everyone else? It says here. So Sean Kelly, you know, Sean, I don't know how that works sometimes. I'm sorry, YouTube chat's weird. It might be that your client on your phone is a weird version of it. I don't know. YouTube changes the client all the time. It doesn't tell anybody. It just says feature updates, and weird shit happens. Luke's still on vacation? Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, and no one's asking about Android or Apple. That's the thing, is you can't tell. These YouTube clients are crazy. They're all over the place. Yummy. Yummy delicious. So what am I vaping? Yeah, temperature control. I swear, this SDNA75 is killer. But look, our battery, I mean, you can see that I've only vaped maybe a dozen times or less, and the battery is already at 60%, 70%. So this is dead fast, and it's getting really hot. Oh, Dita had a good suggestion to you, that maybe you're not signed into your Google account on the phone, and it won't let you chat if you're not actually signed in, but it will let you watch videos occasionally. So that would make sense. Yeah. Could be. Yep. This is killer. I'm going to close that air a little bit more. Shut the El Cabron. I like the El Cabron, it's good. Yeah. These Claptons are killer. I spaced them out. If you guys want to see them again. Let's see if we can get these to focus, baby. They're just basic Clapton wraps. Custom wire. And they're not like internet porn, but man, they taste absolutely fantastic. I only had to do the tiniest amount of grooming on them to get them to fire correctly. And oh, they're yummy. Yeah, and so the temperature control is getting really hot. It's got all the features of the DNA 200, except for that it's only 75 watts. On a 2-battery mod, on a DNA 200 with two 18650s, you can get 133 watts, which I think is actually the sweet spot for DNAs. I think that the DNA 133, it's just that nobody's really come out with a great one. And the DNA 75 just came out, so it's very popular. They've been pushing him and promoting him. For my money, really they should make either a LiPo version of this that has 133 watts with like a 2S LiPo, or maybe a 2 battery version of this as well. Although the 1 battery is great. You just got to build a certain way, and in this case, like I said, change batteries. Yeah, the thing about temperature control on these things as well is that you really have to have the right coils or the right stuff. So if you're not using a device that's really good with temperature control, like this is stainless steel Claptons on here, that's good. Or using the Crown quarter ohm coils in the Crown tank on temperature control in stainless steel. In fact, that's where I fell in love with temperature control. Oops, on my other SMY device with its titanium temperature control and the Crown. It's actually wonderfully delicious. Just need a drip tip, pardon me. This right there. And is that atomizer new? Yes, it is. Still amazing from a year ago. That's good. Ooh, that's still good. So that's kind of fun. Dita's saying he doesn't like stainless steel. Nickel isn't too fun. I hate building with nickel. And there's only one nickel wire that I actually like, and that's Hostile Clouds. But I still just don't like building with it, and I kind of refuse anymore because I just don't have any fun at all building with nickel. None. And titanium is okay. I honestly don't love the taste of titanium. It isn't, not for me. I don't think titanium is the thing for me. Although, you know, I would continue testing it some more if I had some more, but, you know, I got a spool, an amount of it, and didn't fall in love, but maybe if I had Claptons or something, it'd be better. Angelica, I'm feeling better, thank you. And, Shanghai, Evic Vinny, yeah. I mean, you can't argue with that. This is your basic go-to, amazing electronics, great stainless steel temperature control, great battery efficiency, great bypass mode. Great. I mean, this thing is, to me, the standard that I compare all the other single battery mods to. And this one has got to be an equal. This one is probably slightly better with battery efficiency, and the software is easier to use. And the DNA75 is for people who want maybe more techie, in-depth detail stuff, which isn't that useful actually. It's only a bragging right, really. But great form factor. Terrible battery life is really the only problem with this one. But I actually prefer the software on the Joytech. So you know, up to you. But these are the gold standard for single battery mods. And you know, I'm just feeling these, and I wonder what they weigh. I think they weigh something similar. I'm going to look it up while you guys discuss this. I'm going to get my scale out and see what's up. Gotta just plug in the power adapter. Oh, hello. Sorry about that, buddy. Let's have a little temporary power strip here next to the desk for things related to the broadcast when I'm doing shit. Okay, so we're on. I'm going to take the El Cabron off. Both of these are the way I carry them. So there's that. 179.97. So 180 grams for this one. And the Evic VTC Mini with the rubber case on it is 179.5 grams. So these are identical weight, and if you take the case off of this, it would be slightly less. But the truth is, I like the rubberized case on these things because the paint job's so nice. The paint job on the Evics will get screwed up. And you save 13 grams. Like, this thing actually weighs quite a bit. No, it's 15.5 grams. So it's actually quite a bit lighter if you don't carry the case, but I use the case. So they're basically equivalent. The form factor on one or the other will appeal to you. I like the software better on the Evic VTC Mini, but I like the form factor on this so much. Like this, it just says yes in your pocket, like just, and in your hand. It's really good. Love it. I love doing weight comparisons. It's always fun. I believe in it. Okay, let's kill her. All right. Angelica is asking how many batteries I own. That's a really good question, actually. I don't even know the answer to that question. It's a lot. The answer is a lot of batteries. I've got 4 26-650s. Now that I can tell you for certain. And that is for my outside the box mods. But 18 650s, oh my god, I have a lot. I have 4 26-650s. I have 4 900 mAh lipos for my DNA 200, 3 of which is still good, still work. And 18 650s, I probably have 24, 25 batteries. Usually between 18 and 24 batteries. Usually. Because I give some away, I get new ones, and, you know, sometimes I recycle them. It varies quite a bit. But I have to have a lot of batteries because I have a lot of mods, and I use a lot of mods at the same time, and I can't change batteries at a lot. So, like the Evic's got 1 in it. I don't even know what's in this. The SMY's got 1 in it. The RX has 3 in it. There's 3 right here on the desk. There's 1 in here. There is 1 on the charger. There are 3 there that I'm just about to recycle that are dead. There are 2 sitting here in the Decimus. There are many more. There's 2 in my Nuve mod in the other room. There are at least 4 in the case in my backpack anyway, so I'm not sure. Lots of batteries. Yeah, you can see using these mods that Joytech and Evolve are engaged in a lawsuit over them, and why. Honestly, I think that Joytech has owned Evolve as far as the interface goes. Joytech has got things going on in the interface they're so clever, and you can change all these. You can change all the relevant stuff from right there on the mod, and then if you want to change the logo on the front, you can too. That's cool, and it's not as much. Oh, Angelica's asking where to take your batteries to recycle. If you live in the United States, take them to Home Depot, and they will recycle them for you, or your local auto parts store can also recycle them for you. But Home Depot or Lowe's, your local home improvement center, they have ways. They have a way to recycle your LiPo batteries. Pretty sure. And David Allen asked how many chargers I have. I have 1 charger, but it's a 6-bay with Bluetooth, so it's pretty serious. I keep all my I always have an uncharged battery, 2 ready to go. Actually, I'm trying to get to where I have 3 batteries ready to go, but I don't always. Let's see. And I'm trying to find my Eagle tank from the wonderful Vapor & Co. Andy Budd, because I'm doing the review of the Eagle tank next, and it's about time to do another wicking change on those and talk to you guys about them. I need to call my friend Tom Pavlu about that too and ask him. I'm so curious about some of his techniques. I'm just going to unlock this. I'm at about 450 on this temperature control Clapton. Okay. Yeah, and Shanghai Hyde points out that dual coils on these things are going to kill the batteries, and it's absolutely true. But it's not even that low. It's like 0.3, and I use the same coils on everything. I mean, you know, like when I'm comparing the battery life, it's the same builds between the mods. I just swap out the atomizers and vape them for a day or whatever. Not even a day sometimes. Sometimes just for a battery or two. Let's see, he's got a dual Canthal temperature control. Well, you... oh, cookie fat. Good luck with that. You know, you're going to have to just twiddle with it until it works for you. On my home wrecker G2, the temperature control for Canthal is so finicky. It's so incredibly... I've only gotten it to work reliably not even ever reliably, but I've only ever gotten it to work multiple times in a row by tweaking the heck out of it and making sure that I've got the highest quality atomizer possible with the best connections too. That's important. It's so finicky. It's way, 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 way finicky. So it's finicky to the point where like it's both lengths have to be exactly the same length. Probably a single coil is a better way to do that, to be honest. Oh, and David Allen said he's got his E-Fest and his Nightcore. Yeah, good ones. Totally. What am I doing? I need to put this back on here. Wham! Whambo! Okay, where are we at here? Yeah. Oh, we're approaching the sunset of our dawn to dusk. It's almost getting to the end of the show. That makes me sad. That's never my favorite part when we have to go. Angelica asking what my all-time favorite setup is, and honestly, that's a good question. That's so subjective. I can't really say. There's so many good ones. I tell you, it has to do with being small. It's probably the Cuboid Mini and something, because this is the smallest, most powerful, consistent mod I've got. I mean, it's a little LiPo. It goes to 80 watts, and it doesn't get great battery life either, but it gets good battery life. And you can charge it on USB or whatever. And the actual top one, tough one. Tough one. I don't think I can pick an atomizer favorite. Oh, look, here's another battery sitting on my desk. The Home Life battery. In fact, I did a great review of these batteries, the Home Life and Homework batteries. If you haven't seen them, look at the battery in the archive. Look at the review in the archive. But these are good. And I have two each of these, the Home Life and the Homework batteries. Yeah, Shanghai says he has an S6 Mini M class, and that's another great chipset on a great mod. And here's one thing that I think we should all just say together, all at once. Single battery mod battery life sucks. It's not, there's no qualifier where somebody's a genius and has the right build and the wrong build or whatever. Like, there's pretty much no case where one of these little mods has great battery life. And the closest I've come is the Cuboid Mini, because 2500 mAh at this size. I love the Ember. This is one of my favorite all-time setups ever, Angelica, if you're interested. The Ember and the Theorem. And one reason is that, and the Moonshot 22 on here, is that, or 24 rather, I'll just show you. And the reason is that they're the most pocket-friendly setups. So these are the setups that have really good flavor and travel great in your pocket. But they're both a pain in the ass to set up. The Moonshot is a pain to set up, and so is the Theorem. The Theorem is insanely painful to set up. The Moonshot's much better. But this right here is probably my favorite setup of anything on my desk, even more than the Limitless Plus and the Avocado. I said it. I can't believe I fucking said that. Mixel Pitalik is asking about the specs of the batteries. You can look them up, but whatever I said in the review are the actual specs of the batteries. I go entirely by what Mooch says. And then I did the mAh testing based entirely on comparing all of my authentic batteries of the numbers I knew. So they were exactly what Mooch said they were. And they were exactly what Home Life was saying they were too. It's just that they were publishing the wrong numbers in the labels, and I think they've changed the labels since then, because that was one of my bitches, is that like they put they put 36 amps on here, and 11.8 watt hours, whatever. I mean, the thing is, this one maxes out at like 30 watts or 30 amps, and I think he ran all four of these batteries, and they were okay at 30 amps, and he thought that the home work battery was a little warm at 30 amps, but he said otherwise they were fine. So yeah, the whole point behind the batteries from Home Life was not that they were specky. And this is an important distinction. I said this in the review. Actually, let's go watch the review. They're not specky. What they are is safer. I love the Cuboid Mini. 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 I'm not a big fan of the tank that comes with it, but I love the Cuboid Mini. It's only 22, but you'll notice that the 24 millimeter Moonshot 24 only overhangs the very smallest amount imaginable on both sides. It's about 1 millimeter total. It's about 0.5 millimeter on each side. So this still qualifies as great pocket stuff. But I mean, anything that you put on this thing is good and small. And I just am so in love with the Cuboid Mini. There's that OBS Cheetah. This is a freaking amazing setup. Amazing, because this Cheetah's top airflow system creates like a little RTA tank. Like it clicks down and creates a little sealed tank with a top airflow. This thing is surprisingly good. I've been vaping this for a couple of days. Y'all saw me open it on Thursday. But I vape everything at about 65 to 75 watts, and this thing provides the little overhead. And again, only problem is the freaking battery life. Still better than other mods. And as Ben Garrington points out, if you need battery life and power, then you have to go with the 2 battery mod. And probably the most efficient mod there is the Homewrecker G2. The Homewrecker G2 is so efficient. It gets every last drop out of my batteries and is accurate and is really great. It's really, really good. When I really need to stretch batteries out, I use this one. Probably the worst 2 battery mod efficiency I have is the Limitless mod. It's absolutely horrible at its efficiency, so don't do that. The Cuboid is also really good. Cuboid's really good. 2 battery mod, really good. Love the Cuboid. But lately I've been using other things because I have so many other things to do. Another super great combo is the RX200S and the Moonshot 24. Any 24 millimeter atomizer in the RX is a great thing. But this doesn't travel very well at all. The Cuboid Mini, oh my god. The avocado. David Allen says he's still waiting to try it. I just lent out my Limitless Plus the other day, actually. I sure did. I love that thing. Where is my avocado? It's disassembled here somewhere. I don't know where it is. Yeah, they're pretty amazing. The avocado is absolutely amazing. Oh, there it is. It's completely disassembled. I was just cleaning it to build it. Look at those post holes. Jesus Christ. It's amazing. The Limitless Plus, also amazing. I hear there's an XL too. And Ben Garrington's talking about going with the RX. Yeah, if you want battery life and power, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm a big, big fan of this electronics. The electronics on this and the electronics on this are made by the same people. So it's equivalent. Oh, and David says he got his avocado. He doesn't put a build on it yet. Oh, you're so stoked. I'm very excited for you. Don't forget, trim it like I showed you in the video, where they're slightly shorter, just so they mushroom out under the deck. And, you know, poke them in there, and you'll be cooking with gas. And I think if it's the 24, I think the 22 and the 24 want a 2.5 millimeter coil. So don't put a 3 in there. Even though they give you humongous post holes, in my opinion, you still want to be using a 2.5 millimeter inside diameter. So, although experiment for yourself and tell me what you think. You tell me. I found all the 3mm stuff to be a little hot, and it's already kind of wet and spitty because of the nature of the beast. So you tell me what you think. And what are you going to put in there? I'm just curious. Oh, and Owen mentioned the same thing about the diameters. This one, I think so. Oh, Brady Watts has still got his old Sigelli 150. Yep. There's a great mod. Oh. Mike's asking about a new Mac. I don't know. I actually don't know. If I had to buy a new Mac tomorrow, I would buy probably the 3 battery Mac from the rig, but it's still too expensive. You know, honestly, I think my Nuve is the best. And look, this is the Nuve I'm giving away for my 1-year anniversary, which is this giveaway announcement will be coming up soon. I'll be announcing it soon. But it's not fully mechanical, but it's as close as I need to be. Oh, I love that thing. Ah, Mixelpidlic's been trying 3 on his. I mean, what do you think? Did yours on your avocado? Was it good? How was it? Tell me. What's going on with you? Were you not satisfied with that 3mm one? Did that ring a bell when I said that? Like, oh, maybe it is kind of bad. Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't wick as well with the big, fat, thick ones. Ironically, the little avocado wicks better than the big avocado, but not by very much. And it's still, you know, the avocado 24 just needs a 2.5mm thing. I tell you, I've been using, if you want to make the only one of these kinds of atomizers that really loves humongous inside diameters is the theorem. Because the theorem you can put like a 3.5 or like probably a 4. I don't see why you couldn't put a 4 in here. There's so much room in there. It's amazing. I have a 3.5 in here now. And it's just at 50 watts. But this thing's such a pain to build on. You know, buy one of these on sale for $8 when they go on sale. Oh, and Shane Cole mentioned the Noisy Cricket too. That's true. You know, I want one of those. That does look interesting. And Mixelpidlic says it says that maybe his avocado unhappiness is the wicking too. I mean, maybe if you do the exact same wicking on a 2.5mm coil, you'll love it. I mean, personally, I think that for the avocado, what you need is a 2.5mm inside diameter, and you need just enough wicking to go through the holes and mushroom out. Chop it right there. No longer. Don't go to the bottom. You definitely don't. All 4 of them, just long enough. You shouldn't be able to really see it very much inside the tank when you're looking at it. A little bit, but not too much. And it's easiest just to put them in there long and then chop them. And then sometimes it's easy to put too much thickness in it too. So a couple of people I've helped out with their avocado wicks, I had to go through and we just re-rolled them until they were a little thin. And a way to measure this is either by using cotton bacon or lightning wicks or Muji cotton, you know, just looking at how much you're putting in. With cotton bacon, you can just take out less, you know, whatever. I don't need to tell you this. But those are really the only factors. It's the length and the density and the inside diameter for the wicking part, because the glass does the rest inside for you. It's cool. Yeah. The mistake people make the most with the avocado and the limitless and the theorem and other kinds of things like this is they use too much wicking in this new generation of them. Yeah. I have to sneeze again. What's going on? I sincerely hope that mute worked, because I apologize. That was a loud sneeze. I'm a loud sneezer. I can't help it. Okay. Oh my God. I think we probably were exceeding our time. Oh yeah. No, we're not exceeding it, but we're right at it. So it's about 5 minutes till. Let's vape out. We've had a fun discussion. It's been really cool talking about more pocket mods, more power mods, what's new in Macs. And I wish I could capture all this chat, but take it back to the Facebook group, Facebook.com/groups/Juicy Jones. Join me on Instagram /Juicy Jones HQ, or on Twitter @Juicy Jones. So I love all of you. Thank you for tuning into my broadcast. It's Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'll see you guys on Tuesday. And for now, more stainless steel temperature control on this DNA75 on the El Cabron with my dot mod, my authentic dot mod drip tip. This thing is killer. Mmm. Mmm. It's drying out. Thank you.